Morning, guys. Mark Fresh, Protect Dog Training, and Big Boy. And we do not have a mic this morning because I left it down at my buddy's place. My pouch and everything's down there. I'll have to go drive down and go get it, but no mic, so you may not hear all of it. But we're going back to familiarity. So in other words, the bowls and the table, and we're moving our powers of twos and threes between the things that we've been working on. That here will come back. We'll do all kinds of bouncing kind of around, moving that primary. In other words, what are we working on today? I think it's going to be quarter turns today. And good. And we're keeping the same format of keeping his head in the right place. I've actually put a pinch collar on him this morning, but he's not going to be hooked up to it. He's only in food. He's just getting used to it being on his neck. And we're slowly but surely, the next month or so, he'll be going into pinch collar. He's 4 months old now. Yep. So he'll be 4.5, 5 months old. We'll probably be working with a pinch collar, but it'll be very light and directed towards specific things like pulling his head out of the dirt, like I said, things like that. Good. Yes, good boy. Good. Yep. So what I want to do with this, I think I just saw it, is make him learn that he's got to go 360 and back to the center, right? So we're keeping our reward time for this location. Good. I want to send him the other way. Notice I pulled, nope, yes. My hands kind of back and make him look for that reward interval. Yes, good boy, good. See? So I'm pulling my hands back into my chest, and then boom, right away when he completes it, and I'm letting him do the work a lot more. Nope. Good. And we'll start getting in that duration marker in regards to the context of that. Good, you're doing the right thing until he gets to 360, and we're again another spot to. Good. Yes, good boy. To be able to accent that duration marker and then the marker when he completes it, right? Which is right away, yes. So by pulling the hands back to my good to my belly, it's giving him something to look at. We're back to kind of a focal type of thing. Yep, good boy, good boy, good. Let's go. Nope. Good. Yes, good boy, good. There you go. Trying to accent that the explosion into it, right? Yep, good boy, good. Yes, good. Nope. Yes, good boy, good. I told him no because he went down. I don't want him sitting. I want him standing up, right? Good. Nope. Yes, good boy, good. Okay. See how I'm kind of trying to make a crescendo of where he's at? Good. A lot of dog training is really nuance. It's your ability to try to put this stuff together in such a way that you got good communication with the dog, right? Nope. Good. That was good. The other finds out and they're not like, nope. He says, I'm tired of that, Dad. With me. Oh, yay. Yes. Good. He's not right as far as straight. Going back. Yes. Good. And then I'm going to take one piece, put it in this hand, and try to get that nice, you did the right thing. So there's that pebble in the bucket again, right? Right away with a positive in that location. I do a lot of body praise. Praising for the straight that I want in front. Hey, you. Come on. Good. So right away, food's in his hand, stretch the head here, and I'm down on the body here, right? So I'm accenting that I want him straight. And then the negative would be the kind of the poking as we go along. And we don't need to make it a punishment and a heavy correction. We just need to make it discomfort and have proper timing. There it is. You see what I'm saying? So right away, and then when he's right when he's supposed to be, I will start accenting it good in a nice straight line with my body praise. And then I'll bring my hands all the way up to his neck and then back to forward to my face. Then I'm trying to follow through with that flow of the whole posture that I'm after. Nope. Yeah. Good. There you go. Yes. Notice my knees are out, so I'm giving him that little pocket to get into because I want to end up here with him now and have a nice tight front. Front's what I'm looking for. And put your crooked there. There you go. Good. And then I've got to work all this out with him. Yes. Nope. Good boy. Good. Nope. Yes, good boy. With me. Good boy, good. There you go. Good. Nope. I said no, didn't I? Good. And if you listen to my voice tone, I'm communicating everything with our relationship dynamic in this respect. Using that relationship dynamic. Hey, you little shit. You little shit. Yeah, we got a lot of work to do when we get to the point where I can actually start tapping him up with a pinch collar and going through that whole transition of teaching him the rules that I don't want him to go to the ground for the food. And there's more of an aversive in that spot. It's got to have a little bit more age, a lot of kindness on my part. It can't be just yanking his head off, right? Again, it's all about the tool and how you use it. It's only as good as the person using the tool. I've got a cook and sit, so I'm going to start working on this stuff more. He's older and insisting, basically tightening down the screw a little bit more on what I expect of him. We've already got it primed. We've already done all this little stuff subtly, and now we'll start asking more of him, more exactness, more perfection, and I'll be right in on him when he does the wrong thing to give him the total projection of what I want. Good. So I'm looking at saying pebbles in the bucket, positive and negative, right? Yes, good. Push it. Nope. Good boy, good. And then add as many pebbles in the bucket, because this is the key, because he's going to reach for avoidance of that other discomfort. Dogs don't like discomfort. It doesn't mean it has to be punishment. It doesn't need to be slamming into his side. All you're going to do is put enough pressure there to make it discomfortable, right? But your timing is important. That's why you hear us talking about timing all the time. Couche. Good. Big boy. Yep. Good boy. Good. All right, come on. Yeah, haha. Good boy. Oh, yeah. Quarter turns. Oh, yeah. And I'm always going through. My Rolodex is constantly going through. And I do a lot of it unconsciously. When I talk about it and I try to express it to you, then I kind of verbalize it. But most of it, when I'm working by myself without yakking the screen, I'm doing all this in a flow pattern, mixing 2 or 3 things up, 2 or 3 objects, quarter turn. We've done how many things we've done just in this little short little session here. We talked about the correct, meaning that sphinx down that I was talking about. Basically, that's what we're working on there with that posture in the rear end, right? Yes, good. Good boy, good. Yeah, good boy, good. Back end awareness here. This will be all parts of his growth towards not being clumsy, right? When I took him out the park the other day, it cracked me up because he was not used to jumping in that regards to that first bench. They learn so fast though. Today he'll be jumping on that dang thing, and then I'll have a problem holding him from jumping off the top of the down position, going up and then down on the other side, right? On the down, he wants to jump off, and they don't know that they can hurt themselves, so you got to be careful. Good. And what I like to look at is we were trying to build muscle tone. In other words, he's got muscles he's not used to using, pushing himself up on that table and jumping on that table. He's got to build that muscle and that tone to where they all start to work together and the clumsiness goes away, right? He was tripping on his left foot the other day when I was at the park. Nope. I like how, see what he's showing? He's showing you little things. He starts getting bored of something. He wants to move on, and he's going to other things. This is stuff that I'm putting in my Rolodex for future that's going to be there, believe me. Yep. This all starts to manifest and rear its ugly head as we go along, right? This stuff here, I mean, it's all there. With me. Good boy. Up, yeah. Good. Up, yeah. 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 Up, yeah. Up, yeah. Good. Longevity, okay? So there's where we're talking about longevity. How long can he stay with something before he gets bored and wants to move on? Very active mind, very smart, intelligent critter. And so you've got to see all this stuff when they're young and then start to work it out. A lot of little things. We got longevity in behaviors. There's what we're talking about, right? How long was he willing to stay in that behavior until he got bored and took off and went and jumped on the table himself, right? So this is the character and the personality of the dog, the individual that you're working with, that you're seeing little things. And you've got to see it, yep, and then figure out what do you need to do to work around it. So let's go ahead and give him that last one we started working on, which was, he's hungry this morning, so that's good. Good. Huh. As usually is, because he's so used to that pattern that we've set up. Come out here right away, I cut my hot dogs, and I go right away out to here and I work, and he is anticipating that. All right, so we're going to do our little here loop that we already started. So remember I've got two different directions. I go this way, and then I come the other way and do them the other side, so I can go both ways and get more of a loop out of it. Instead of going one and resetting them and have to come back the same direction, right? So now I'm gonna make this a little tighter. Gotta get a little, and then I can still be in here in this open position. That'll cause them to come in straight a little better, right? And this end, I just came up with that just now. It's just imagination, creativity. How do I get the dog's posture to be where I want it to be? So let's see how this works. Nope. Come on. Come on. Assis. Pas bouger. Good. Nope. Assis. Pas bouger. Good. Good. Big boy. Here. Yes. Good boy. Good. Notice my timing on that. I held my reward until he's sitting. I've got to work on things like getting his rear end to be planted, where his position is at in exactness. All these things that we're going to have to, work on as we go along. Now my little loop idea is kind of dead because I've got this going. So I've got to come back here and come back and do this way again. Yes, good boy, good. Pas bouger. Yeah. Good boy. Here. Nope. Nope. Good, good. So I'm going to do more of that where I'm insisting on what I want exactness. So you notice I held the thing back, not giving it to him until he does what I want him to, and we work through that whole thing until I get him where I want him. Then when I release it, that's going to be a part of it. We showed it to you earlier on the bowls too. I was doing the same kind of a thing. Yes. And I'm accenting it only because it's there in front of me and it's something I'm thinking about. And most of this thought's all unconscious. I don't pull it up to the front consciously until I start trying to verbalize it with you guys. Nope. Good. Good. Big boy. Goosha. Goosha. Nope. Good. Now you didn't see it that time, but when I came down, I tapped him on the chest. And that chest tap will be kind of a cue, and it'll help me with my speed into the down. It's another place I can start working on how fast I want him to go down. Yeah, Assis. Good. Couché. Nope, nope, come on. Come on, good boy, good. Couché, good. And so I'll look for a way to convey the idea to the dog through my work in little subtle things that I do, right? And I can try to verbalize it, but without you doing it, it's kind of hard. Yep. All right, we're done. You ready? You hungry? Are you? Let's put this away. We're going to go into the ball, and then we're going to go to the house and eat. So we're going to follow through with our pattern set that we've usually got. And we'll go from there. Good. All right, you good? Ready? Ready? Good. Couché. Yes, good boy. And he's actually whining a little bit. He's pumped. He's used to the pattern, right? Good boy. And more than anything, that's how I flowed into this. When I yak to you, and the little pauses that we went and flowed into it. So then he starts to look for those pattern sets. All right, out. Yes, good boy. Good. There it is. Good boy. Good. Now you notice I'm not pulling him on my leg. Out. Yes, good boy. Why? The reason I didn't put him up on my leg is because we fluctuate and mix, right? We mix up where that out's going to happen in different contexts. Out. Yes, good boy. I started pulling him up my leg for two reasons. Pulling him on my leg let him have contact with my body, right? And I get to praise him like this, and contact with my body, that he's going to be contact with the decoys and all that, and your helpers. In regards to that, I want him to be totally confident coming in and letting his body touch the decoy and be totally wanting to wrap, whatever it is. And then, as I go along, I'm going to change and mix things up. So I may not always pull him up to my leg, but basically it was a cue that this was coming, right? There it is. He's got the behavior's pretty well set now. Good. Out. Nope. Nope. See that leg wrap? I like it. Come on. Come on. I'll see. Yes. Good boy. Good. It shows that I've done my job right because he wants to go to that right away. Out. Assis. Couché. Yes, good boy. That was good. That was good. Now, I'm doing a lot of pauses for emphasis right now with him. You didn't notice it. Let's see if I can get one more and we're done. Good. Out.
Yes, good boy, good. Yeah. Bring him up and drive a little bit. Good boy. Good. That's good. Good boy. Good boy. Yeah. Good boy. Hop, hop. All right, out. Yes, good boy. Good. Good boy, good. There you go. Good boy. Under the rubbish. All right. Out. I see. Nope, come on. I see. Good. Boy. Goosha. Yes, good boy. Good. Notice that little explosion on my part? It's starting to come together. You start to see it. The dog's brain starts to, hey, big boy. Good. We got to do our done. He's done mentally. Longevity in the behaviors. That's what we're going to have to start working towards as we go along. Out. See? Done. We're done. Good boy, we're done. Good boy, done. Good boy. Go and get something to eat. Go get something to eat. Come on, let's go. Out. Good. Let's go get something to eat. Come on, let's go. All right, let's go. We're done. Come on, we're done. Talk to you guys later. Mark Fresh Protect Dog Training with Big Boy. I hope our sound came out all right. We didn't have my mic this morning. Talk to you later. Idiot.